yeah, he already graduated from the high school and about to start his journey in university. So welcome, Dinman. You can introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Ming, and I originally from Vietnam, Saigon. Then I go to Southern Lukio, which is Salon High School in English, and then I got accepted to electrical engineering in Auto.
So here is a little bit information about Ninh, and we'll meet him a little bit later today. So while we are here, if you have any questions or anything that you need us to answer, please type in the chat box or put it into the Q&A section. We'll try to answer all of these within today, and our team will start answering this moment. Okay. Here's the agenda of the webinar today. We will mainly talk about the high school program, even though we have 2 programs in total. And then we will have sharing from the Min, the Q&A section, and then we'll have our webinar ends today. So when we talk about finance future, if you already know us or if you're new here, we have a short clip here so you can have a look and then have a brief summary about us.
What do you dream about? Who will you be? What will you do? Where would you be? What about your children? Who will they be? What if we told you that you could take the first step today? We are Finest Future. Teachers and visionaries from Finland, and we help people make their dreams into reality. Everyone knows that Santa Claus is from Finland, and everyone knows that Finland offers the best education in the world. What you might not know is that the education is tuition-free when you study in the Finnish language. Do not miss this amazing opportunity for you or for your children's future. Start learning the Finnish language either from the comfort of your own home or intensely on location here in Finland.
3 vuotta sitten mä en ole varma mun valintoa, kun tulee Suomeen opiskelemaan, mutta nyt mä voin sanoa, että se on yksi paras valintoni.
Finland is like a perfect place to support my dream. So
I have never thought about going back to Vietnam to study or living, because it's really nice here. I love the people.
I feel very proud of my school and my principal, Simo.
Finest Future's professional teachers are here to help you succeed. After your language studies, you can apply to schools in Finland. Finest Future is a partner to 100 schools all over the country, so you get to know the best options for you. Each and every school is equally great here in Finland, no matter where you will study. Greatest education, world's cleanest air and lakes, and safety in life. Happiest country in the world, now 6 times in a row. Choose Finland. Your future starts today with Finest Future. What do you dream about?
Okay, so that video kind of summarized who we are already, but now I will brief of you once again. So Finest Future was founded in 2020, and our founders are Peter, Thomas, and Bambi. 2 are Finnish and 1 is Vietnamese. And with the ambition to make Finland become the top 1 study destination in the world, And these three founders have been working very hard to encourage like international talents to come to Finland to study high school and vocational school at the same time. So Dunman here today with us. He's the first batch of our students, and he came to Finland 2021 when everything was new and Finland was not like a name or the top idea when it comes to study abroad. But then here we are, Dunman and the other six students, they all graduated from high school and got into the like one of the top best universities in the world. So what we do here is we offer a wide range of services to support international students pursuing their dreams of studying in Finland. And we also offer the language course. We teach Finnish to students or Swedish, and also the study abroad consultation. And then because we connect to schools in Finland, so with our program, the students can apply to schools, especially high school and vocational schools in Finland. Then we host the departure and the arrival webinar, and also like the journey for students to come to Finland, and then support them, mentor them, tutor them, and also like help to raise the community network. And so far we have enabled like more than 1,000 of students from across the globe, from Asia, Europe to Middle East, everywhere in every corner of the world to stay their dream journey with us. So these are some of the partner schools that we are connecting with in Finland. And Min here, he's from Salo School, and that is one of our partner schools. And also the journey is not only about us, but also like other agents. They come from other continents or another like part of the world. They help us to deliver information and also consultation, give it to their parents, their own students. So everyone have the information about Finance Future program is thanks to our partner agents. And the starting point of this program, so we, like the three founders, they realized that the demand of Finland is they need student, employee, and entrepreneurs. But then other parts of the globe, we have like one good education, great future, and we also want to find opportunity to immigrate, work, or study in another country that has, you know, like all of the list, all of the checkpoints that can be top of the world. So Finance Future gave out a solution that we bring foreign students to come to Finland by the means of high school and vocational schools. So I did mention about two programs that we have. High school and vocational schools are actually our flagship programs, and we enable students to study Finnish. And it is according to Finnish policy that if the students study high school, vocational school, or even like higher education, like university or like a PhD, something like that, with Finnish, the student can benefit from the free tuition policy. And the thing that that can make us outstanding compared to other agents or other companies, that Finance Future connects with more than 100 schools in Finland. And because of the network that we have right now, the student can go with us from the very beginning. When they don't know anything about Finland until they reach B1.1 level, that is like the certificate that we issue for them, and also connect them with the schools until when they reach Finland, and we take care of them and send them to schools. So we have the whole journey for the students. And today for our guest speaker, Denman, because he has been through all of these program, high school program, 3 years. So I think it's best for us to let him talk about the high school program. So Denman, can you share a little bit about your high school experience?
Yeah. For sure. So just as you see in this slide, I think it's described quite perfectly. Is that it's true that high school programs start from 2 to 4 years, but most people would arrange it into 3 years time period. And typically in the first year, we will study compulsory subjects. So the subjects that no matter what you want to do in school, you always have to take these courses. So for example, like a few courses in math and a few courses in physics and chemistry. But then in the second year, you can start to do more um, like subject that you choose for yourself, that you want to do in life, you know. So for example, I choose math and physics. So I take more of those courses and I can just take as much as I want. And that would be into my second year. In my third year, I also do some, this is a time when, you know, you just look back and like, oh yeah. So if there is any courses compulsory you haven't done yet, this is your last chance to do them. And also to further enhance, to further and reinforce your strength to get ready for the graduation exam. Yeah. And the important part is that at least you need 150 credits. And there is no maximum amount. So if you want to study some other courses, that is absolutely possible. You can just study as much as you want. Personally, I have like 186 or something. So if you are motivated, they will help you with that.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you for your sharing. And because we don't have time for you to talk about yourself, so can you please talk about your journey to Finland? So while you're in Finland studying high school, I'm seeing that you have a list of you know, like achievement accolades here. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, about the journey. So I was in Vietnam. I actually applied for a scholarship in the States and I actually get the scholarship. It's just that it was 2021, and as we all know, there's a big thing called pandemic. So in the state, it was really bad, like lockdown everywhere, and like comparatively, Vietnam was actually doing better in that time period. So I stayed there and stayed one more year in my school until I saw a poster about finance future, and my teacher sent it to the student. My dad recommended to read about it, and I actually know Finland a bit before, from debating competitions that they have the best education and they also are the happiest country. So I looked more into it, and you know what? I decided it's good to go, even though there's a lot of like it's my first year, you know, so it's not that uh there's been a lot of uncertainty, but I believe in Finland for its like for its um for its reputation as a whole. Yeah, and then about these achievement, sure. In school I'm very active because there's a lot of free time compared to in Vietnam. During the free time, I participate in the school music theater in which we, you know, write our own like script and, you know, act it out. It's amazing program. Also in the choir, in the orchestra, and I also do my own one music show for 25 minutes or so. It's a way to demonstrate my skill. I play all the instruments and do a thing that all I can do in music. Also record them, do the lighting and everything. Uh, and then I also do some software development. It's a requirement for the science design, a part of the study that I have to, you know, have some like job experience. So I connect with this company and, you know, I help them with one of their mobile app. And then also in the youth parliament, it's a great fun, great experience, great opportunity to learn and like to know other friends from around Europe. And of course, hackathon is also a big thing. In Finland, there's a lot of hackathon. There's a junction, so SDG, Spring and Nexus, for example. And in hackathon, we would form teams, and each team has the certain strength. For example, some do coding, some do business, and the main goal is to solve problems by making most commonly people usually by making another company. So entrepreneur is a big part of hackathon. And in Slush is events where investor and company they meet together. The company they try to pitch. It's like Shark Tank, but even a wider, even bigger. Like it's huge lobbies, and there are so many people. It's amazing experience. Great lighting, great music as well. So absolutely recommend. Yeah. And of course the physics thing. I'm just good at physics, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, what a journey. So
Yeah.
within like 3 years, you have like achieved all of this. I think like it's not about study, but it's also like how you experience in Finland and like you know what you want to do, for example, like physics and like music and Slush. So I'm really curious about Slush, and I think like everyone here is also curious about Slush. So I know that it's like one of the biggest organizations that like pioneer about entrepreneur and then startup things. So can you talk about Slush a little bit?
Yeah, for the business side, I can say that Slush, so a lot of people would buy the ticket. It's like super expensive. They come in there to have a chance to get contact from other investor, or even to get contacts from other like workers or like experts. Because nowadays in Finland, for example, people, if you just like co-email them or you just like call them, they might not answer. The best way, for example, I went to a speaker and they say that the way that she achieved the investment, she gets from the other like investor and like great expert to get to know is that when they come out of stage, she come there, shake their hand and say about her idea. So in Finland, it's very good to have a good impression, great speaking ability, soft skill. It's amazing. So go to Slush, check it out. You see what I'm talking about. Yeah, absolutely recommend. Especially if you could like volunteer for Slush. It's a great way. It is free. You get to know other volunteer. They are super motivated. They are very smart. And that's a great way to get into involved. Yes.
Yeah, back in the day when we were in like Vietnam or like other countries, I don't think that we have this kind of opportunity to like meet and also interact with like big people like that. So to have the opportunity to like emerge in the environment with like all of the big people and ideas and like entrepreneur things. So I think this is a good way for us to consider Finland as a country to study abroad, especially when we are like such a young age like this. And thank you, Min, for sharing about your all of these things. And next we can move on with the simple steps into Finland. So actually, like the main topic of today is to guide everyone, like international talents, students, to Finland by the way that we execute right now. So for Finance Future, as I mentioned before, we teach Finnish, the language, or Swedish, and then to reach B1 level, and then we use the certificate that is issued by Finance Future to apply to schools, and then students, when they pass the interview with the principal, they can study free at high school and vocational school in Finland. So I'm seeing the questions from Islam, so I will answer it here. So is it possible without IELTS that I can apply in Finland for an MBA program? Yes. So with our program, the student only needs Finnish. So English is a plus, but it's not mandatory and it's not necessary for students to enjoy the study-free tuition here. Okay. And after high school or vocational school, you can either apply into university or you can actually go to work after that. So that is also the answer for grades. So after you study, you can start working in Finland. You have a maximum of 1 year to seek for job, and then you can like extend your RP by on the trial of working. So we have two products here, and this is the product for us to teach Finnish, two journeys. The first one is Fresh, 12 months online, and Fast Intensive, 6 months. So back in the day when Min joined the program with us, it's actually only 6 months, but online. But right now, after 3 years, we have amended it, and then we changed into like 12 months online. We lengthen it, and also for the fast, if the student wants to study intensively, they can join the fast program. And within the 6 months, it includes 2 months online and 4 months in Finland. The student can choose either of these, and so it's basically based on their schedule and also their plan. And the distinction between the two main products. So as I mentioned before, Fresh is 12 months online and it starts monthly. So for the journey, they can start as soon as possible. And then when the student reach B1.1, he or she can apply to school immediately at the intake. And for the fast program, so 2 months online, 4 months in Finland, and the on-site starts in November. Wait, hold on. So this is a student journey visualization. So our program is not only about the language, but also like the whole journey from your hometown to Finland. So the student will get support from Finance Future, and we will help them from the very beginning. So this is the visualization for the student journey. So here at the 10th month, the student will take the B1.1 certificate. And if they pass it, they can apply into school immediately. And then when they pass the school interview, they can apply for resident permit, and we also have them to apply for this one. And then for students, we will have a meet and greet at the airport and guide them to their own school. And this one is for fast program, and basically it's like the shortened version of Fresh program, 12 months online. So this one, we also have 2 months online at your own home country. And while you're taking these classes, you will also apply for the resident permit, the first resident permit here, to move to Finland for 4 months. And then when you pass B1.1, pass the interview with the schools, you can stay in Finland and then apply for the resident permit in Finland. No need to go back to your home country. So I'm seeing Henry question here, the age limitation for this program. So for high school program, the student must be at a grade 8, like 13 years old, at least 13 years old to get into this program. And he or she will join the Fresh program. So after 12 months, that student will, like graduate from middle school, and then that student can apply to high school in Finland. So basically, the requirement here is that the B1.1 certificate and the graduation diploma of middle school. Yeah. Okay. Next. So to talk more about Finance Future schools, so we have more than 100 schools, and then we connect with more than 67 high schools in Finland. So schools are not private schools. It means that every school is equivalent. They are the same. and they share the same, like a material and also the facility, everything about the schools are the same. And you can with like the student, when they study in Finnish, there's no tuition fee. And yeah, so after this meeting, after this webinar, we will share with you guys the deck here, and you can also click to this website here. All of the schools that we are connecting with are listed here, so please have a look at it, and you can check all of the information here. Okay, I mentioned a lot about the B1 level, the certificate, like the requirement to get into high school. So here I want to ask, I may need Min to share a little bit about your journey to have your experience. What you think about B1.1, and do you think that it's hard to get it?
Yeah, B1.1 is Finnish language is not easy. Well, it's not hard either. Like most things is like impossible. It's the hardest language in the world. It's not like that. It's just a different language. And as of anything else, you would need a lot of time to take to study it. As much as you need to study, if you're from Vietnam, study English. So yeah. But I have 6 months of studying Finnish before going to high school. It helps a lot in terms of that I understand the textbook quite well. But of course, I need to help with the translation, of course, like the dictionary. And like it's give me such a great foundation. Like a lot of things I have learned in that 6 month, I still use them a lot. And like actually some Finns think that I have better grammar than them because I study the grammar like methodically, like academically. Most people just study the grammar by listening to what people speak, to how people speak. So yes, it's really worth it to try your best to study the language. Some tips to improve is that use it more. The more you use it, the better it is. Like I'm talking of not just listening and like reading the Finnish language, but also speak Finnish. Speak to your friends, talk to yourself if that's not an option. Talk to an AI even, or write journals, write some book, write a story, or anything. Keep a diary. Also just keep using it. The more you use it, it just get better. And one thing I noticed like quite special about me is that I'm quite good with the language in the sense that there's an emotional part of the language. I love the language per se. So what I mean is that I understand the language on a deeper level, and I do find it funny to talk in Finnish to some people. And I just like listening to Finnish music, and like sing Finnish music is amazing, especially because I've been in Finland for so long, 3 years. I have a lot of memories, and at times it's the Finnish song talk about what? Well, Finnish song talk about Finnish people, Finnish places, Finnish experience, Finnish challenges. Great thing about Finland is because of that. Sometimes I feel like only the Finnish song actually talk about how I feel in a day-to-day life, like at times. Yeah. And love the language, the way you do it. Just don't copy me, like for real. Like don't just listen to this song and like see you love it. Read books. I don't like it. I'm not a book lover, but if maybe you are, then absolutely, why not? Or just talk to people. Let's see if there's somebody that you love to talk to. Maybe you love your language that way, but keep learning, try your best. You never know. And yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else to share about the view?
I mean, I have
Yeah.
so much tips about this. Like for example, all learning require time, efforts, and like you cannot just, for example, look at the word like in English and then look at the Finnish part and you think, oh yeah, I know the word. It doesn't work that way. You have to be tired. You have to put effort into studying it because that's how the brain works, right? If you take time to think of something, to remember some word, it takes a lot of energy. You feel like a bit bad about it, and the brain change in a way that it's gonna you're gonna remember that word easier so that you don't feel tired anymore. That's just how it works. So there's no shortcut. There's a way to be effective. There's a way to be disciplined, but there's no shortcut. You have to go through the hard way. And also like just learn from everything. For example, I'm in a choir, and the reason why my pronunciation in Finnish is quite well is that because in a choir it trains the so if you learn a bit Finnish, you will know the and the and there's also the double consonants for like t and like the k. There's some of that. There's like two next to each other. At first, I hate them. Like, what? Why a and r? Like, why? I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense, right? And there's also like two t. Like, one t is good enough. Like, why you need two? Why? Right? Until like it makes sense. The two t and the d and the t, the changing, it help with understanding the language. Without them, it's just like saying that I sit on table. Or I mean that's a normal sentence. How about like I sit table? Like what does it mean? Like next to the table, on a table? Like what does it mean? And like it all makes sense. Just trust in the process, just study it. It will just make sense in the end. And it gonna make sense actually every single day you learn it. So yeah. Also thing is that nowadays I actually love the double T and like the A and R. It sounds so good. And even the Finnish love them too. So yeah, try your best.
Yeah. So B1.1 is like the standard level, or say like the minimum level that you must have in order to study, like vocational school or high school in Finland. So without the B1.1 certificate, you cannot be evaluated, or you cannot understand anything at school. So I actually mentioned that with English, it is a plus for you because even though the schools or finance teacher, we don't require you have IELTS or TOEFL or TOEIC or anything like that. But with English, it helps you with the understanding when you come to Finland. Like at the beginning, your B1.1 level, like the Finnish level, is not enough to study math, for example, physics, or even literature, something like that. So with English, you can help yourself by asking again, or learning, or like talking with the teachers to explain it to you again. But everything about this program is Finnish, so you must practice it and also increase your level from B1.1 to B2 or C1, because with the higher level, it makes you understand easier, and also it helps you a lot in your life as well. So yeah, some questions here. Must I learn Finnish for 12 months online before I can come to Finland? Yes, actually you have two options. One is the 12 months online, the fresh program, and the 6 months, including 2 months online and 4 months in Finland. So you can either choose fresh or fast, and it's based on your plan and also your financial situation as well. Yes. And okay. Okay. So Min, you graduated from Salo, and also I want to show the map here for everyone. So you can go here and then get into the map, Brow institution here. Salo is somewhere near here, I believe.
Yep, keep going. Yes.
No, not this one.
It's actually not on the map right now.
Oh, sorry. It's somewhere near,
Yeah,
like, near Forza or something.
go a bit nearer to the sea. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, love it.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So Salo is here. It's not a big city, right? So
It's not a like big like Helsinki or but like it's a very comprehensive city. Yes,
yeah. So can you share a little bit about Salo, the environment,
absolutely.
yeah, like
Um,
everything about that city?
sure. Salo is a very big like wide city in terms of area. There's not like usually most city they like clump into one spot and there's like big houses, tall tall buildings. But in Salo we do have tall buildings, but it's not as pronounced at like other city which have the same like population. Salo have a lot of like families. I think the way I would think about Salo is like it's a great place for families, and families is mean that there are children. So there's a lot of kid in Salo, and it's a very nice like a very like everyone has a great house in Salo. Like that's how I feel about it. Like have a backyard. They have sometimes they have maybe one floor, but some have a basement and two floor, three floor maybe even, and they have really nice houses. Like one time I went to with my friends, and I was just there hanging out in the backyard. My friend's like, "Oh, what restaurant are you in?" I'm like, "What restaurant? I'm in my house backyard, like in my friend house place." So it's such a nice city for that. The city have everything like well you have a lot of sport. We have two ice hall. We have great sporting place, a lot of forest, and a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of activities like youth activities like in Helsinki, but like for like recreational sport, for music development, there's all that is all good. And events why we have, for example, in the summer, there's a lot more of those, especially we have these night markets. They already have great music and a big very the atmosphere is very lively and vibrant. Salo is like easily you can go to Turku or Helsinki with Salo. They have a train and I just usually just walk from the train station to home. So it's a great place, especially Salo Lukio. The Salo High School is also an amazing school. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually we have like more than 60 schools right now in the program, and like we connect with more than 60 schools, but we also have the connection, like we link with like more than 100 schools in the program. So every school here on the map that you can see, when the student get to B1.1 level and they get their certificate, they can actually apply to every school here. And the difference between school is not about the facility or the, like the teaching method or anything like that, or even like the quality of the teachers. But the difference here is the distance from the school to Helsinki. So most of the time, like the parents also, the students, they want to study somewhere near Helsinki, like Salo or Fossa or even the school. Janakkala, they are like the top schools in terms of popularity, because like all students, they want to study somewhere near the big cities. But at the same time, when the student, they think of like other aspects, like the specialties of the schools or the environment of the schools, like they like sea, they like ocean, or they like forest, they can look for that one on our website. And with that, the students can apply to school like 3 priorities to 5 priorities each time for each intake. And they can, we as the finance teacher, we also consult student about the school priorities as well. So this is included in the service. And yeah, Min has, like share with us a lot about Salo, about the school and the city. And but based on your own experience, like whenever you have free time, leisure time, or like you want to work, join the club or something like that, do you have any experience in working part-time or joining club or something like that at Salo?
Yeah, in Salo, for example, we have personally I joined a choir and the orchestra and the music theater. They are big. You can also always go to the music opisto, so the music conservatory to learn some skill. And there's a lot of courses, different courses, like in terms of sport and music. I personally actually, I also lately I've been doing ice hockey. It's quite fun. I went there with a a German exchange student, and I just really love the sport. It's just fun just to stick and just pulling around. It feels so powerful, and but like very agile. You need to be very agile, and it's a great skill to master. Other than that, there's always there's a lot of things that I don't know, like for example, there's this 4-H organization. What they do is that they help young people to start a startup. And if you're interested in that, look into it. Like there is endless option, and especially a lot of things in Finland right now is virtual. That's a lot of competition is virtual, and like you can do it from far away. For example, that physics competition I took it at a school, and of course the school talk about them beforehand. And there are also like European Youth Parliament. The school also talk about that. So ask your student counselor, ask your friend even, see what they do. It could get boring sometimes. This is a reality that sometimes you have a lot of free time, right? Because especially you're not with your family, right? We have more free time than you usually have, and also with the school being shorter. So what I learned is that a great skill, or also what I regret also, is that I did not study independently enough. I think that's something that we also need to like refocus here, is that you go into a journey to study, right? Study abroad. Well, what do you do? Well, you study, right? Well, I mean, obviously, and I think it's really important, like get comfortable with studying, and that's the important thing. Of course, there's a lot of activities you can join, but this discipline and studying is you never get wrong with them. You will never regret them. And the second thing that for once is gonna help you with the studying, that's gonna help you feel more relaxed, is that learn how to maintain important connection in your life. Could be your friend, could be your teacher, or for example, in my case, I used to be with host family, or my old friend in my old country. They're gonna have some valuable insights on like how they think about my program, for example. And even like furthermore, like, like career wise, and, just take care of your friend in Finland, because I don't know if you know this, but in Finland, it is known that um, friendship in Finland, they are very deep and very caring. And this is a good thing, but it also means that you also have to take care of others and think about them as well. So yeah, uh, yeah. Did I go too far? Like, what else do you want to know? Like,
No, it's good.
amazing.
Yeah. So like most people, when they mention about like Finland is not about the life quality, or education, but also there's drawbacks from this country as well. So before we decide to move to Finland to start our journey, like vocational school, high school, or even like immigration later on, so we should know that Finland, when you start with this journey, it's about learn at first, and then you have to like get used to the environment, also like everything about this country. So for example, like in my experience, I'm from Vietnam, and my country is kind of a hustle country, hustle city as well. So when I started going to Finland, it's like a different word for me, because in Finland it's really chill, it's real like laid back, and everything is like quiet. It's different from the city that I was raised. So when the student, especially like the young students, they come to Finland, they have to acknowledge that Finland is, like we have a lot of things like sad, the weather, or like no entertainment or something like that. So most of the time the students must entertain themselves by joining the clubs, joining, like doing all of the activities that they can come up with, for example like music, sports, or even like join events like Minh join club slush. So or even like camping. So the students must be independent at such a young age, and they have to entertain themselves with that. But not only that, the teachers. So when the students come to Finland, they have their own, it's called like not supervisor, but it's like counselor during their study. So this counselor will help them in terms of like academic and also like their personal life as well. So whenever they try to make decision, whether they try to choose this credit or try to apply to that university, the counselor will be there for them to, like guide them, give advice, and also like, like prevent them from doing crazy stuff like that. However, all of the decision will be made by the students and they will be in charge of their life. Speaking of the decision, so Min, because you already graduated from high school and now you're about to join to, like get into the university life, Aalto. So Aalto is like one of the top schools in Finland. So can you share a little bit about why you chose Aalto and electrical engineering as a major that you want to pursue?
Yeah. Just quick thing before like saying how I get into them. I want to tell you that like how did I get through all of this? Is that what pushed me through the solo experience is that it's actually not even that hard. Like especially if you are a nice person, especially and like you have a great supportive friend group like I had, they support you a lot and they carry you through a lot of things. And also because that I know that if I study, I will get into specifically this one, Aalto University. They have great school. The job like terus tuminanku. The It's like the demand, yes, the demand from companies for the graduate from that school is high, and they have great level of education. The way I choose my electrical engineering is that I actually didn't know that. The way I start is that I just think about my strength, right? And what I want to study in school. And like also my interest and my goal, my life goal. I want to be an engineer. Actually, this is my inspiration right here. If you can see them. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it's breaking. Oh, there it is. The filter out my Iron Man. But yeah, so that's my inspiration. And then I'm good at physics, I'm good at math, and I have this website that I go there and I check. I can just look it for you guys here. I go up there, I put this into into my score, and then they show me like what program I can enroll in with that subjects. So for example, it's impossible for me to be a philosophy student if I don't take philosophy in the final, right? So yeah, so from there I know that electrical engineering is one of the option. And there are also some other related program, but this is like the top program in Finland. That's why I applied to those. Yeah.
Okay. And so what have you prepared for your university life? What have you done for that?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be so interesting because Aalto also is very, very famous for their student life in the university. So do not be afraid of being get bored in university. Like that's not a thing. So university there are so many activities. Like today, for example, um the school gave me like I don't know 7 chapter of like read before use like they have some tips like like some great activities like I can join. There's things like was it like 200 like kind of association or clubs, so there's a lot of things I can do. I also have been reading lately the like every major have their guild. So I have a guild and they give me like a 76 page of like like what do like a guide for us for the new student for me, and it's just so inspiring to read them and like so excited. Like I realized that studying in university is just so much better. We have great students and we can study together a lot. They are becoming more cooperative than compared to high school, so this is like an amazing experience. um there's some great student life thing. For example, the choir, the Polytechnicoyen kuoro. So Polytechnician choir, they're so cool. Like I check their YouTube and like they sing so well. And they also like great like songwriters. Um yeah, I would definitely try those. And there's also like a lot of workshops, like a space to like to do some electrical engineering stuff, They have some cool project that I can just do in my free time or do it like with my project at school. So I feel like this school really, really think of a student how to develop like completely the person. So that's amazing experience. And to be honest, I'm more afraid right now. I'm afraid that I didn't like choose choose other thing I could have because there's just so many options. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yes.
Yeah, let's hope for that. Um, so there are some questions that I think I need to state here. So the requirements for a student to study in Finland, the first of all is the B1 certificate, as I mentioned. So Finnish Future, we teach Finnish, and also we are the organization for the B1.1 certificate as well. So with us, hold on, let me go back to the journey here. So you study Finnish with Finnish Future, and then you will take the examination with us, and then we will guide you to apply to our partner schools in Finland. And if you pass the principal interview, you will get into the high school or vocational school. So B1.1 certificate is the most important requirements that we have. And also the diploma, like secondary school diploma, secondary school transcript, and also like the motivation video. So the motivation video is made in Finnish, and you will share like why you want to study in Finland, why you want to study in this school, and also like other things like what plans you have for your future and like what career, yes, like something like that. So it is mainly about you, and you have to present yourself to the principal, because they will look at each motivation video of the students to select the students to get into the interview session. And then in the interview session, the principal will, like collect things from your motivation video and then ask you about that one. And at some point, they will ask you to clarify more about that one. So the most important thing is that you have to impress the principal first by the motivation video, and then once again in the interview. And yeah, so that is for Edgar. And then for the visa process, so actually Finnish Future will help the students and the parents in the visa process as well. We will include everything that you need for like the visa application documents, and then you will start doing that with our instruction. And then the student must go, because like the student is below 18 years old, so they need to go to the embassy with the parents. And when they travel to Finland, we will host the pre-departure here. We will host the pre-departure webinar to instruct the student how to, like, what to bring to Finland, what not to bring to Finland, something like that, and all of the things that the student needs to prepare before moving to Finland. Yes, Irene, yes. So after this webinar, we will send this PowerPoint, the deck, to all of the registrants today, and then you can have a look at this one once again. Okay, so I think we still have a little bit time. So if you have any other things that you want to ask, please type in the chat box or in the Q&A section.
I can answer this one actually. So are subjects harder in same on Vietnam education system in high school? Is could be as hard as you want it to be, like because it's so fun. Like we have high school right now in Finland. We have used computer. We will have computer given by the school, and the textbooks have all the level of exercise. It's the hardest exercise. It's the easiest exercise, and if you want to develop, you choose the hardest one. So is the subject as hard as in Vietnam high school? The general like content is the same. Like you study like statistic in Vietnam is also the same thing in Finland. But the difference is that you can choose like which level you want to do. But also in Finland, the great thing is that because you're using computer, it means that they can also put audios in there. They put videos in there. They put demonstration in there. And there's something that, for example, I was in physics specialized class in Vietnam, and we studied this integration and the derivatives. I just don't get it. And like for real, I was in the best school, and guess what? They say me, just follow the formula. I was in the best school, and it's just, you understand it eventually. Yeah, which is true. In Vietnam, it's so true. I will understand it eventually. But in Finland, they said, you know what? Let me show you why you do this. There's a picture, there's a video of a curve, and like what integration do, what derivative do. It's like the way they approach is much different. And also in Vietnam, you just study them, you calculator, right? But most of the time you have to write down. But in Finland, you use computers to solve a problem. So this is way, way more accurate in how real life is. So of course, because you're using computer to solve it, the problem going to be harder, like compared to you're gonna use it like with your hand. So in Finland, it's just make a lot of sense. It doesn't mean that you have a computer, doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy, because even with using computer, some problem in the real life nowadays, even as an engineer, for example, when I graduated electrical engineering, I have a computer doesn't mean I solve every problem. I still have to work really hard to solve a problem for a company. So that is such a great way to study, like to prepare for a work life using computer in Finland. So I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you for that. So actually we don't have any much time, so I want to remind all of the attendants today about our product and service. So we have two main products, the fast and fresh programs. They are all to pursue the B1.1 certificate, B1.1 level. And for the fresh, it's 12 months online, and here's the price for it. 7K euro, and for the fast is intensive 6 months, 2 months online, 4 months in Finland, and it's double the price of fresh is 14K euro. So with this, the student will get into the program, and then we will start following them from the beginning until they reach Finland, and we'll have like meet and greet them at their arrival gate and guide them to the school. So everything about the, for example, like the visa application or the school application and all the stuff like pre-departure instruction, everything is included into these services. However, it doesn't include the flight ticket and the what's it called, like the admission fee of the embassy, and also the insurance. So these three are not included in the service and the products in this price. So I think one last question for Minh. So in 3 to 5 years, what do you expect to become? Like, who do you see yourself to become?
Yeah. It's a hard question, but also an easy question, because in Finland, people don't expect a kid to know what they want to do in 10-year time, doing it for their rest of their life. And they have such a great way is that even though right now I'm in electrical engineering, I can always change. Actually, this one time was in Pori. I go to the Suomi Arena. There I meet a lot of like member of the parliament, about business leader, and it turns out at least there was like two of them at least I remember. They actually also from electrical engineering, and they gradually become business leader and become a politician. So that in Finland, and they says that while they're studying in Aalto, they meet so many people. They know about so many major because Aalto have arts major, have business major, and have engineering major. So by interaction with them, they know that, oh, maybe my strength is in business, my strength is in politics. So uh, you can always change, and everything that I'm going to learn in the first year, even though I learn them and change major, is still going to help me with my further career. For example, in my first year, I will be studying math, physics, and like some basics. I mean, like some fundamental like courses. It's not basic, it's super hard, but it's fundamental. Like you always see them in most engineering courses. And if even if I want to change my major to infotech, bio IT, for example, it's still possible in my second year. They have a very clear like a pathway how to do that, and a lot would actually do that. A lot of people actually like rethink about their career, and like change a bit, and even take study both. So like as a minor, for example. So yeah, choice is endless. For at least for me, I can tell that I could do so many like interesting things about, for example, like nanotech, green energy is also big. Automation is what I'm think about mostly, because like I told you, my environment over here. So so automation is great, robotics great. But I don't know, entrepreneur is also an option. Business leader is also an option, and I think the option is endless. And but I know that that's it's gonna be fun. I'll be fine because, well, it just honestly, I have nothing to worry about beside like doing my everyday thing, like make sure that I get enough studying, make sure I have enough food, like sleep enough, and just enjoy the process, because I know that when it's because in the OPAS, in the guide, there's some people already graduated, and they say that even though I right now want to be like them, right? I want to go to work, right? I want to get a job, get money, get citizenship. They said that, well, they want to be like me. They want to go back in time, to be like first year student again, to enjoy the activities and also to study them basic stuff and enjoy math and physics, and not just like doing math and physics for money. So just enjoy the journey. And like make sure that you won't regret it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yes, thank you, Min, once again for joining us today and sharing all of these stuff, because I think it's valuable for like parents and also students when they consider Finland as a next destination, and they want to hear a lot about the experience of a students who have been through all of these things, like high school, about to go to like university, and also like the time they study Finnish as well. So Finnish is hard to learn, but it's not impossible. So everyone can take a chance today. And if you have any questions and want to contact us about a program or any journey, or you want to ask Min more about this case, so you can contact us via this QR code. It's our WhatsApp, and I'd be happy to help you with all of this. So yes, so after this webinar, I think it's time now. So after this webinar, we will send over the PowerPoint, the deck again to all the attendees. So if you have any other questions, please send us a message or send us an email, and we're happy to help. Thank you for joining today, and hope to see you in future events, future webinars, and we have a lot to show you. Thank you.